Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm planning with this kit from PaperMuseCrafts called Pearl. There's the deco. It's definitely an under the sea kit in silver foil. Lots of blues and greens here, more like a light green, like a cerulean green. Also got a little bit of yellow. So here are the boxes, and here's the functional page with a little bit of deco on it. And let's get into it. So I missed my video last week. I started to upload it and I had some technical issues, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna call it. But this week, I just want to say I hope everybody's okay. I've noticed recently that a lot of people have had like major changes in their shops, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't know, worried, concerned. I don't know what's the best way to describe it, but it's like Maria from Two Little Bees is closing her shop because she's getting divorced, which is so sad, and definitely feeling some pressure to just like stock up on everything because, you know, sometimes people go away and they don't come back, and I really love her kit. So, but Missy Meow had to close. She was dealing with some mental health issues. I just saw Letters to Apollo. She's lost her staff and she's by herself. So I'm like, I just hope everybody's okay. It seems like there's a lot of big changes. And, you know, I really wish I could help people. I mean, I love stickers, and it's not like I don't have a full-time job. That's my thing. But I really wish I could be like, hey, like, I will help you process orders. Or, I don't know. I just like wish there was a way I could help so that, yeah, people could still stay open, and, you know, it wouldn't be so hard. Like, if there was a way for us to all like pitch in to help people through a rough period, I don't know. But again, we all have lives, in the planner community, obviously, and lots of us have kids. I don't. I have a full-time job that, you know, takes up a lot of my time. But yeah, I just hope everybody's okay because, yeah, it seems like there's a lot of rough stuff going on. What else happened this week? So my sister was supposed to come visit, but some plans changed. And this week I have really doubled down on a couple of self-care things, and it's really paid off. So first thing is doing the no screens before bed. I am the worst with playing on my phone before bedtime. Like, I am on Reddit. I'm usually playing the New York Times Spelling Bee. I don't know if anyone else plays that, but you basically get a bunch of letters and you have to like figure out what the pangram or the word that uses all the letters is, and then figure out a bunch of letters. So I'm usually playing that. And if I'm playing that, by the way, that means that it's after midnight because the new puzzle goes up after midnight. So I shouldn't even be doing that. But this week I was like, you know what? 30 minutes before bed, just don't look at your phone. And then when you get in bed, don't look at your phone. So even if you can't manage the 30 minutes, if it's only like 15 or 20, still when you get into bed, don't look at your phone. And, you know, lay in bed, put your eye mask on, and go to sleep. My boyfriend is a big fan of like tucking the covers, so that the, you know, covers are really tucked tight. And I used to hate it, but I realized when he started to like tuck in, I'm like, this is a little bit like having a weighted blanket, you know, with the blanket on top, because it just feels like you're being kind of swaddled. And I know my nephew, when he cries, they put him in a swaddle and it like soothes him. And I was like, this might work for me as a full adult. I don't know. We'll see. And it definitely does feel like a swaddle. And I gotta say, I feel a little soothed. I don't know what that says about me. But just being tucked in like to bed really tight, I'm like, I don't know. I just feel like it's like settles me down. So I've been doing that, and I've been sleeping, I think, much better. I even start feeling like sleepy when it's around bedtime. And so I don't end up laying awake as often or as long, because it's like when it starts to get like 11:30, etc., I'm like, I feel really sleepy. Maybe I should just go and do my bed routine. So that has worked. I'm back on my like meditation practice, and Headspace has lots of different types of meditation. So they have like, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're feeling angry, if you're learning how to, you know, want to communicate compassionately, So I've just been trying out some of the like specific ones. That way it's not so like, it's less like, less repetitive than just the normal kind of lay back and close your eyes and think of the ocean. That's not, I'm really simplifying it. Anyway, that has worked. I've also really been diligent about my exercise. So not only going to training, which I do 3 times a week, but going for walks and breaking up the work day, the work from home day with walks. So I had a couple like difficult meetings this week, and I said to my boyfriend, I was like, hey, after this meeting, can we just go for like a walk around the block? It'll take like 5 minutes. I can either talk about work or not, like debrief about the meeting, or we can just talk about something else. And so we did that, and it was like really just good for a reset. I know it seems really simple and like obvious, but sometimes I'm like, you know what, I don't have time before my next meeting. And I'm like, you should make the time. You know, I get to see him, we get to connect, and then I get some exercise. Also, a coworker of mine that lives close by was like, hey, do you want to just have our normal one-on-one as a walking meeting? And I was like, dude, yeah, you know, like, let's do it. So he came over and we had our meeting, our normal like one-on-one meeting where we just talk about work, but it was walking, and that was an extra set of exercise. And again, this might seem really obvious. It seems really obvious to me as I'm recounting it that, yeah, duh, you should be doing this, but I really never think about it. And I mean, it took him like 20 minutes to get to my house. So he had to have, like, one of us has to have the room on either side of the meeting to be able to like travel. But, you know, my boss doesn't live that far away from me. And, you know, she's like, why don't we do, you know, one-on-ones in person or get a coffee or something? I'm like, yeah, we should do that. So I'm gonna look for more opportunities to do that. It's a simple means of getting out of the house when, during the workday, if it's possible. But I like the like walk around the block thing, and I think I might even do that by myself. The thing about walking around the block too is I gotta put on sunscreen. So like a lot of people who are in their mid-30s, I am beginning to add a retinol into my routine, my skincare routine. And one of the things they said about, hey, are you using retinol? Is you have to be very diligent on the sunscreen because it makes your skin more photosensitive. So I'm like really taking, you know, care about that. And one thing I noticed too, in my 30s, obviously being a brown person, I wasn't really, well, it's obvious that I'm brown, but I wasn't really concerned about sunscreen like that. And then I started to notice like I would get these little sunspots. So like these little kind of tiny dark marks on my face. And legitimately at first I was like, oh my God, I have a tick on my face. But then it was like, because I was like, really, what is this? And so between the sunspots and the retinol, I'm like, you need to be diligent about your sunscreen. Like you need to be on top of it. So before I go outside, obviously it's summer right now, I'm like, sunscreen. Look, try to say sunscreen 5 times fast. Sunscreen. So that's another step. So sometimes I'm like, oh my God, I gotta put on sunscreen. Like I really don't feel like it, but it's worth it, you know, and it's not that big of a deal. I bought a spray sunscreen thinking it was a spray for your face because quite honestly, I saw someone spray sunscreen on their face on a reel, and it turned out to be sunscreen for your body, which is at a higher SPF and definitely smells worse than face sunscreen and is not a light mist because it's for your body. So it's not like how you would spray on like a micellar water or something like that. It's like a full-on body sunscreen. So that was a shock. So now I just often like spray that sunscreen on my hands and then rub it on my face because I'm lazy, but I'm just, yeah, I'm trying to keep on top of it. So those 3 things have really, really helped kind of just settle my nerves this week. And I'm feeling tired, but like more rested. I think I feel tired and less wired, like less like anxious and more just like, feeling a little sleepy, but I'm planning to get a lot of rest this weekend. So yeah, that has been really good. And you know, speaking of shops closing, PaperMuseCrafts is another shop that closed. Yeah. And I'm a little bit like hoarding her kits now. But yeah, it was another kind of mental health thing. And honestly, like I applaud people for taking care of their mental health. That is not what I'm saying, that you shouldn't close your shop. I'm just like sad for us, because sad for us is in like people who enjoy their kits, because it's like, okay, we won't be able to get new ones, but that's okay because I have a bunch of these. And yeah, don't get me wrong, definitely will be hoarding them and bringing them out on special occasions, so super excited. There's been a lot of really cool new releases this week too. You know, the flip side of shops closing. Like, I'm really enjoying Nikki Plus 3's Christmas in July release. I love the Christmas signs, and the Christmas market kit is super cute. I also like her autumn kit. I mean, I'm a Nikki Plus 3 stan. Let's just say it. I have more kits of hers than I think I have anybody else's. So, and I love that she's been releasing these small sheets. Not small, but it's like these single sheets of like deco. It's been really, really great. I end up using a lot of those. Even if I don't like use her kit, I'll like, incorporate it in my spread. So that's cool. I haven't seen Barbie or Oppenheimer yet. I was supposed to go see it. I was gonna wait until my sister came to see it, but since plans changed, I'm trying to figure something else out. And she went to see Oppenheimer actually, and she said it was really good. And so, yeah, I asked people about like how to do the double feature, and everybody says go see Barbie first because Oppenheimer is going to be like too depressing, and you're not going to want to see Barbie after Oppenheimer. I'm also wondering, how do people do these back-to-backs? Because it's my understanding that Oppenheimer is almost 3 hours, and that's like Lord of the Rings length. And so I get there's an intermission in between both movies, like the two movies, but I'm low-key like, shouldn't there be an intermission in the middle of the one movie? Like, truthfully, I would have loved an intermission in between any of the Lord of the Rings, like in the middle. And when you think about when you go to a theater and see a play, and it's more than an hour, I think at the 45-minute or hour mark even, that plays are like, okay, we're gonna give you a break because it's super long. Like, I gotta go to the bathroom, I think, usually. If I'm watching at home, definitely need to take more than one bathroom break. But it's like, I drink a lot of water, and yeah, you know, there's always a mad dash, and I don't want to miss anything. So I would love an intermission, but I know it's probably not going to happen. Anyway, this weekend, we are doing our new tradition of going out to brunch. My boyfriend and I have been like, hey, on Sundays, like, why don't we start trying to find a couple brunch places and going out to brunch? So that's what we've been doing. So we're trying a new brunch place today, and they have red velvet pancakes, and I've never had red velvet pancakes before, and I cannot wait. Like, I am very much a person that if it's brunch, I'm going for like the most dessert-like thing possible. So at brunch, I usually get waffles with whipped cream or chocolate chips, if at all possible. And so red velvet pancakes are right up my alley. I love red velvet cake. They say they have a white chocolate whipped cream, which is like, what? I'm too excited to go. It's going to be so good. And I've heard they have really good coffee. I'm not really a coffee snob or person. I do enjoy coffee, don't get me wrong, but I'm much more of like a give me a plain black coffee that's really good rather than like give me one of the fancy coffee drinks. So yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know. I feel like I don't always get the full experience. I do like a mocha, That's true. Mocha's good. And I gotta have my Starbucks refreshers. That's my jam. Like, that is me. So yeah, I'm super excited for that, and we'll report back on how that goes, and hopefully I get to see either Barbie or Oppenheimer soon, because I would like to see both. I'm a little bit more excited about Oppenheimer, but yeah, so that's the end of this spread. Hope you all enjoyed my weekly catch-up chat. Please, everyone, take care of your mental health. Take time away if you need to. Like, of course, I'm 100% supporter of that. And I will see you all next time. Bye.